Hey guys, and welcome to my yoga channel. It is Anna here, and this week's video I have is a full body yoga stretch. I'm so glad to have you here today, so thank you for coming. This class stretches all the major muscle groups of the body. Make sure you ease your body into the stretches and remember to use the breath to guide you throughout the practice today. Thanks for watching, and let's begin. To start our practice today, we're just going to sit on our mat and close down our eyes. You can sit cross-legged if you prefer. And then we're just going to start by warming up the shoulders. So roll the shoulders backwards using your breath. So on the inhale to the top and exhale, roll back. Just a few more of these. Before we start, then we start to straighten the arms out. And we are going to draw big circles with the arms, getting larger. So nice straight arms, energy through the fingertips, starting backwards. This is warming up the shoulder joints. And then we're just going to circle them forward, starting off small, getting larger. So this can be important for when we do moves like plank, to be nice and warmed up in the shoulder joints. Okay, so a few more before coming to all fours to do cat and cows. So on the inhale, drop your belly, and on the exhale, round your back. Inhale, gazing up, and exhale, tuck the tailbone, round your back. Inhale to arch, exhale to round. Inhale to look up, and exhale, we're going to return to all fours. Then we're going to take our right leg out straight out the back and just draw like a rainbow shape with your right toe pointed. This will warm up our hips and also our glute. And then before putting it back on the floor, just going to pull it in towards our nose and extend it out the back. In towards the nose, exhale to extend. I'm going to swap over to the left leg, so drawing a rainbow shape round, kind of touching either side of our mat to warm it up, making sure we're nice and sturdy with our hands both flat on the mat here. Then we're going to take it, inhale to the nose, exhale to extend, inhale to the nose, exhale to extend. Take one more of these before returning to all fours. Just going to slide back into a child's pose, making sure we're pushing our belly onto our thighs. Taking a few nice deep inhales and exhales, and you're welcome to take this pose at any time of the practice today if it gets hard. Then walk your fingertips over to the right hand side and just really lean into the left side of your body. Feel the stretch on the side, and then walk your hands over to the left. Feel the stretch down the right side of our body. We're going to slide our hands towards the front of the mat, but keep our bum nice and high in the air to come to puppy pose, with our toes pressed down at the back. Then we're going to roll onto lying down on our front, and with our hands underneath our shoulders, push up into low cobra, keeping our shoulders away from our ears. Then we're going to inhale, push all the way up to a upward facing dog. Make sure we engage our legs so our knees aren't touching the floor if you can. I'm going to lie flat on the floor. Just take a rest here before inhaling and lifting our toes, our chest and our head off the floor to come to a dish positioning. Exhale to lie flat. Inhale, squeeze all the muscles to lift off again. And exhale, release to lie flat. Now we're going to take our right hand, forearm in front of us, reach back with our left hand to grab our left foot. We're going to pull up the foot, bend the knee to stretch the quad muscle. Look forward, just hold it for a few seconds. Then we're going to swap over, so reach back with our right arm for our right foot, bend over our knee and stretch that quad. Then on the inhale, we're going to place our hands on the floor, push up to a high plank position, and exhale, hips high, back to a downward facing dog. Walk out your feet here for a few breaths. Then on the inhale, rise your right leg high. Exhale, place it back on the floor. Inhale the left leg high. And exhale back to the floor. Now walk your feet towards your hands. Hang here for a breath. Then on the next inhale, we're going to bend our right knee and take our left hand to the sky with our right hand staying on the floor. Open up the shoulders and the heart. Exhale, return to a forward fold. I'm going to swap legs. So the right hand stretches to the sky, keeping the left hand on the floor. Stretches our right hamstring. And exhale, return to a forward fold. Rise up on the next inhale to a standing position. Samasthiti. And then on the next inhale, sweep the arms above the head. Exhale, swan dive forward, hands on the floor, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, hands, grab the ankle to pull in a forward hold. Rise slowly up for the inhale. I'm going to repeat this process again. So inhale, sweep the arms high. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to the mat this time. Step back down to a high plank and lower, knees, chest down to the floor. Keeping our arms where they are, and on the inhale, rising up to upward dog. Exhale, push back, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg steps high, steps forward to rise up to a runner's lunge or crescent lunge. And then you can slightly take a back bend on the inhale, quite hard to balance. And then on the exhale, drop the left knee, come up into a nice split stretch, deepening our groin stretch. We're going to then take up our left leg, bend at the left knee, grab the left foot and pull. This really stretches our quad on that left leg. On the inhale, lengthen your body and straighten the right knee. And on the exhale, we're going to fold over to a half split stretch, leading with the heart. Inhale, hands to the mat, tuck the toes under to a high plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg steps through, rising up to crescent lunge. Strong left leg. On the inhale, you can arch your back, look backwards, hold the balance. Exhale, drop the right knee to the floor, hands come to the left knee, stretching out that groin. Inhale, grab the right foot, bend the knee and stretch that quadricep. Deep breaths here, breathe through the stretches. And exhale, straighten the left knee. Inhale to lengthen, exhale to fold over for a half split stretch. Pulling up the toes. I'm going to tuck the toes under. Inhale to a plank, exhale to lower the body. Inhale to upward facing dog, exhale downward facing dog. Now I'm going to come through to a seated position. And we're just going to take a long leg stretch, Bend the right knee back, lengthen your spine on the inhale, and exhale, we're going to fold it. So we've got one knee bent back and one leg straight. Make sure our toes are facing up to the sky, not pointing forward. This is stretching our hamstring on the left leg. And then inhale, return to that long-legged sit. Exhale, we're going to fold back the left knee this time, making sure the foot's near to the bum. Inhale to lengthen, exhale to fold. Lead with your heart again. Don't want a rounded back. Stretching our right hamstring. Bring our feet to a wide-legged seated position. So you can face the other way to stay on your mat. So I'm going to reach our left arm over towards the right foot, gazing underneath our left armpit. This stretches the left side of our body. Inhale back to the center and exhale to the other side, reaching over for that left foot this time. Really feel it in the side and make sure your bum cheeks are both grounded. You don't want to start to lift one up. Inhale back to the center and We're going to exhale, forward fold, aiming to get our chest on the floor. Don't worry how far you get down. Just make sure you can feel the stretch in the backs of our legs. Point the toes to the sky to intensify the stretch. I'm going to inhale back to a seated position. Now I'm going to take the big toes with our peace fingers, grab them and extend them out so we're kind of balancing on our hip bones, creating a V positioning. And make sure that our shoulders are down, away from our neck. If you need to, you can keep the legs bent a bit. And exhale back to seated. Then we're going to come to a lying down position. I'm going to do a shoulder stand. So on the next inhale, shoot your toes towards the sky, but really make sure you brace your lower back with your hands. So hold it up, pointing your fingertips towards your feet, holding the lower back. You should have a nice straight line from your toes down to your shoulders. Make sure your neck's not too uncomfortable. If it is, you can lower your legs to reduce the stress on your neck. I'm going to hold this for a nice, long, deep few breaths. And then we're going to start to lower slowly our toes towards the back of the mat behind our head to come into a plough pose. So we can lay our hands flat on the floor for this. And this really stretches off our lower back. And it's quite a strange stretch, so we're going to come out of that slowly, lowering our feet. Now you want to come to a kneeling position and place your hands on your lower back like we did in the shoulder stand. But this time we're going to inhale and exhale. We're going to look behind us, really arching our back. So we're doing a nice bend in our back. Inhale back to center and exhale. We're going to take a child's pose. Release the pressure. And the next time we do it, I'm going to come up to kneeling again, but we're going to tuck our toes underneath and rest our hands on our ankles if we can reach. Inhale and exhale to fold backwards. This is a good shoulder stretch, also stretching the front body. If this is too intense, you can stay in child's pose. If you're coming out of it, exhale back down and we'll meet in child's pose. Relax here. I'm going to swivel back to our lying down position. This time we're going to hug our knees in like we're creating a ball and just rock forwards and backwards a few times before coming into Shavasana, final pose. So relax your whole body, lengthening your legs, letting your feet flap open, palms facing the sky, close down your eyes and take your rest here. Whilst you settle here, I'm going to read you the quote for this week so you can think about it whilst relaxing. So this one's by Brian Tracy and he says, "There are no limits to what you can accomplish except the limits you place on your own thinking." So enjoy your rest and I'll call you back when it's time. So start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Take a nice stretch with your arms above you. Bend your knees and roll over to your side. Taking a few deep breaths. I'm going to meet back in seated. We're with our eyes closed. We're just going to pause a moment here to thank ourselves for showing up for a practice and taking such good care of ourselves. I hope you enjoyed today's practice, and I'd just like to say, the light in me honours, recognises and loves the light in you. Namaste. If you enjoyed this video, then give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you can see more videos like this one. You can also follow me on Instagram and Facebook. So thanks again guys, and see you next time.